everybody.
Hi.
So we are going to be making some
I'm gonna push that a little towards you. Okay.
some s'mores cookies. And so what I've got is I've got some plain sugar cookie dough, some extra that I had from an order the other day. So I've got this, kind of let it, it's been in the refrigerator chilling, so I kind of let it come slightly to room temperature.
I want you more in this than me because you're the one that's going to be doing it.
And I
this
got
is
my-
Linda's.
I got my Pampered Chef pastry mat here and one of my Pampered Chef cutters. This
And what is this? Sugar cookie?
Yes, just a basic sugar cookie
Okay.
dough. Actually, I think this is in our recipe book. This is not a Pampered Chef rolling pin. You'll notice I've got little white things on the end of it. That's so that the cookie dough will be even all the way around. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of flour and I'm gonna roll
does that
this
do?
out. It makes it, see, when you get down to the mat, when it's
Ah,
even with the mat,
hey, that's neat.
it makes your dough even.
Oh, okay. That's something new I learned.
I don't want to put too much extra flour in here, but I don't want it to stick on my rolling pin either.
Now, after you mixed up the sugar dough, did you put it in the refrigerator?
Yeah, this has been chilled. This was left from an order that I had. Normally, if I have leftover cookie dough, if I don't cook it, I'll put it in the refrigerator or freezer if I'm not going to be using it. But I knew I was going to be using this, so I just left it in the fridge. If you put it in the freezer, you want to make sure that you double bag it.
It looks pretty.
Thank you. It's a real simple recipe. Okay, I think my things look pretty even. Looks like they're both touching the mat. There's different colors of these rings.
That's what I was wondering, if the different rings
Yes,
has different heights.
Walmart has
I
them.
like
They're
that.
it's a package and they come in several different. The rings are different colors and it gives you different widths of your cookies. So, you know, when your cookie dough is not rolled out even, you're going to have a part of your cookie is going to be too brown and the other part's not going to be done. So we're just going to use this cutter here.
Now, what are you making again?
I'm making s'mores cookies.
Okay.
And this is just a fun little cookie for the kids. Labor Day's next weekend. And if you're doing a cookout or inviting some friends over and our family, still social distancing, this is a really good thing to do, and especially something good to do with the kids. And the kids love stuff like this. So I've got one beaten egg in that cup there. I beat it real good. If you don't beat the egg real good, it doesn't, it's the yellow
Is that
and the
like a
white
wash?
is
Yeah.
separated. So this is going to be a wash that we're going to do on here. And I'm going to grab my little mini spatula over there, my little Pampered Chef mini
Linda,
spatula.
did you see that video that Grace, our niece, put on Facebook about their house that they're building? Did you see that video? That is going to be a large house.
That is the biggest slab of concrete for a residence
I
I
know.
think I've ever seen.
I forgot how many square foot it's going to be, but it's going to be upstairs too.
It's
gonna be
it's going to be a very big building. I know they're very excited. This is my little mini metal spatula, Pampered Chef. I have a small hand. I love this little thing. You have one too, don't you?
No, I ordered. Did I order one? I think I ordered one.
I think
from
you did order one.
I think I did.
You hadn't got it yet, but I think you did order it. So we're going to place these on the cookie sheet, and you'll notice that I've got my cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. This is the baker's best friend parchment paper. And I'm going
Here, is anything I can do to help
you?
you?
Yes, I'm going to let you do an egg wash on these.
Okay. Just wash
The top, and that's one of my other little neat tools is my Pampered Chef brush. If you don't have one of these, you need one if you do any baking at all or basting. It's a one-piece brush, so you don't have to worry about taking it apart or it coming apart and being hard to clean. This is one piece, and it has a little hook on it that you can hook on your
Yeah, that's what
on
I
your
like
cup.
about it, is that little hook.
I've got one, but I have another one ordered too, just so I'll have an extra one.
I don't think I've ordered this, Linda. I may have to do that on the next order.
I probably wash that thing half a dozen times a day. That's how often I use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, don't let me forget. I want to get one of these.
Okay. And then we're going to roll
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, just it's not anything just other than you're just covering the egg with that. And when you get through, I've got some graham cracker crumbs crushed there in the bag.
Okay.
And you can just sprinkle graham cracker
Okay.
crumbs on top of the egg wash.
All right.
And we got that egg wash on there so it'll hold the graham cracker crumbs.
Should I do them all with egg and then or do it as I go?
I'd probably just do it all at once.
Okay. Well, that's what I was
Do the
planning on
brush and then
doing.
go back and do the other. So, no,
How many are you gonna make?
I think I may just do these and just,
It's a pretty good pan full.
yeah. I've still got some cookie dough left, but this is not much, and I'll probably just wind up just doing a small pan of this, but that's all we're gonna do for right now.
And I hope I did this right. You know
Yeah.
I'm not.
Those look good. I've got the oven preheated to 375.
And you just do it. And this is just graham crackers.
Yes, it's I
With
give it 3 full sheets of graham crackers, and it's no rhyme or reason. Just sprinkle them on there. It doesn't have to be in any kind of fashion or anything like that.
And they're just plain. They're not.
Yeah, they're not cinnamon. They're just plain graham crackers, and I used a food processor to crush them up. And what's really neat about these?
I think my hands would be better than using this
Well, you
thing.
can use your hands. That's probably exactly what I would do, is use my hands.
You do it better, quicker and better.
So while these are baking in the oven, we're going to mix up some chocolate to go on top of marshmallows.
This sounds interesting. I know kids will love this.
Yeah, I think these are a big hit with the little kiddos. This back in the refrigerator.
Is this? Oh yeah, that's right. You said it wasn't cinnamon grahams. It's just plain.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm anxious. I'm gonna go up there and see Gracie's in this building. It's huge. It's arch. It's oval. I don't know what you call
Did they
that.
buy this building and tear it down?
They bought this building in
Tennessee or
No,
somewhere?
I think it's Arkansas. They went
Okay.
somewhere or another. I don't remember where. Way up somewhere, and half the family went up there and broke it down, tore it apart. The men folks did, and now they're building her house
And it's
out of
going
it.
to be eco-friendly, right?
Yes, they're gonna have
Skylights and
skylights and
or solar. maybe
solar.
it's
I think it's
panels.
solar panels. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do.
Well, Linda, does this look about right? I mean, I don't know how much you want to put on them.
That looks good.
Is that okay?
So let's pop these in the oven. And
Show it to her.
yeah. So we got the
Sugar cookies with egg wash and
graham
graham
crackers.
cracker crumbs.
And it's going in the oven, and I always set the timer for 8 minutes, and then
Okay.
I turn the pan and cook them another 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
So while those are cooking, I'm going to do some chocolate in the
Okay.
microwave, and I'm going to use.
Are you going to do the chocolate over here?
No, I'm going to do it over there.
All right, well, let's see if I can't fix the camera for you. So you can see. Okay, that ought to be pretty good.
Yeah, that looks good. So
Get this out the way.
I'm using milk chocolate chips. If you're a fan of dark chocolate, feel free to use those. I'm not.
I don't like dark
So
chocolate, but I
I'm
know
going
it's
to use
better
milk
for you.
chocolate. And I'm using my medium little prep bowl. And these are neat because they've got the
I love-
measurements inside of them.
Yeah, those little bows are just really handy, and they got a little spout too.
It's not going to take a lot of chocolate, so I've probably got about a half a cup of the chocolate chips in here.
And you don't put milk or anything in that when you're warming them?
I'm going to use heavy cream.
Okay.
And
I thought so.
I don't measure this, I eyeball it. And I used to measure it, and almost every time I measure it, it would come out wrong. So I can
That's
eyeball
what
it,
I need.
and it seems like it does better. So this is Kroger's heavy whipped cream. I don't know why, but I always smell milk or milk products. And I'm going to pour probably about 2 tablespoons in
That's
there.
what my guess was.
And I'm gonna microwave it. Now, when you microwave this, you need to microwave it in increments. And I'm gonna start off with 25 seconds. And then I'll take it out. And let's see, we need a little marshmallows. Now, I made some of these the other day, and I used, I broke up some little thin pretzel sticks and put on top of them. You don't have to do that, but you can if you want to. And when they come out of the oven, while they're still warm, I'm gonna have Mary to put. You don't have to count them. You can put 4 or 5 marshmallows in
Okay.
the center. Just kind of make
Okay.
a little.
We got a
round.
stove full of food here.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to transfer some of this food so we'll have
That's
room.
what I was wondering. You got ready?
Yeah.
I tell you what, when you're cooking and you do as much as Linda and I do, you have to use everything in the house.
You do. I have freezer fulls. Reminds me of Molly, Mary. You remember that huge freezer that you used to have?
Yes.
That
She had
freezer
one
was
big old
probably.
long deep
Do
freezer.
you think it was 8 foot long? It was a
Probably
big
was.
freezer.
Well, I thought that, I thought that's what kind of freezer you're supposed to have. And after Bobby and I got married, he went and bought me a deep freeze. And lo and behold, he bought me one of those long, huge deep freezers.
And you still have it, right?
No, I don't have it. It's,
Oh, I thought you did.
no, in process of one of our moves, we left it and was gonna go back and get it. We left it somewhere, and anyway, it didn't work. So it's I just have a small one now, and it's plenty big enough for me.
But at Christmas time, that whole, and any time there was a family gathering at Molly's at the
Right.
farm, Mom Paulie's, that whole freezer was full usually of sweet desserts.
That's right. That's what we
Every
put
kind
on
of pie,
desserts.
pineapple custard, sweet potato, raisin.
We had a lot.
I mean, I can't even.
People eat sweets more.
They did.
than they do
ate
now.
sweets. And they
People-
cut them in. Our aunts cut them in little tiny pieces.
Yeah,
You remember?
Yeah.
They always cut them, and
Yeah.
there was plenty. It wasn't that there wasn't plenty, but that's just how they cut them.
Yeah. Well, there was so much you didn't want to. Couldn't eat a whole.
No,
big
because you got a
piece.
whole plate. If you got just a bite of everything sweet, you probably have 2 platefuls
Yeah.
because there was so much there.
Yeah.
But I always think about when I'm putting something on our deep freeze, which is a fraction of the size of the one Mom had. I always think about Molly's.
Yeah.
Now, this is hot. I don't know if you can see it or not, but
Here.
I'll come over there. And you have to be careful with this. This is the milk and the chocolate. And after I get it stirred up, I'll know whether or not it needs any more. It's not going to need any more milk. I'll know if it needs any more chocolate in it. Because I want it to be kind of thick. But keep in mind that this does set, and it gets thicker after it sets. So, one of my little tricks here that I use is I just put a little piece of this cheap foil. Could you hand me a little spatula out of the drawer? The second one. When these,
Linda likes everything tiny.
I
She
love
likes
little stuff.
anything, pencils, cooking things. She likes a little. She likes a little.
I always love
But
that.
it might be because when she was younger, people called her Mousy because she was so tiny. Mouse. They called her Mouse because she was so tiny.
And I was quiet. I used to be quiet. I'm not quiet anymore. But Mira, did we tell about the Joplin, Missouri story and the watermelons? Have we told about that?
I don't think. No, we hadn't.
When you said pencils,
I don't
it
think
made
so.
me think of it. And I love pens, but if I have a choice, I will choose a pencil over a pen any day. And I like something that you can erase. That's why I like those erasable pens that I showed y'all a few weeks ago. But when I was probably, I don't know, probably 4 years old, Edward was 2.5 or 3. I might have been getting on 5, but I wasn't in school, so I was probably around 4. We traveled with Mom and Daddy a lot when he was selling watermelons, and we went to Joplin, Missouri, and Daddy had been at the farmer's market, had a load of melons, and we'd been there for almost 2 weeks, and we were staying in this huge old boarding house.
Yeah.
It was very spooky, and especially spooky, me and Edward. The room that we were staying in was a big room. We all 4, of course, were in the same room, and every time we'd go to that, go back out there from the hitch lot or farmer's market, whatever it was called, we would creep up them stairs because there was a little weenie dog that would just have a fit. I mean, me and Edward was scared to death of that dog. So we'd try to creep up the stairs. Mama was with us, of course, and get in our room. Well, it come a little norther, and it was Joplin, Missouri. It wasn't a long ways from home, but it was a lot further north than what we were used to. And it come a little cool spell while we were there. And keep in mind, this was in the summer because it was watermelons.
Yeah.
So Mama needed to go downtown to get us some jackets. And so Daddy gave her the money, and we went downtown. And don't even remember how we got there. Mama wasn't driving at that point, so I don't know how we got there, but might have rode a bus.
She remembers more about it than I do. I remember points of what she's telling, but I don't remember details.
I know Edward. Well, he may not remember at the time, but he remembers it happened, and he might remember it. But Daddy gave me and Edward some money to buy something we wanted to buy, so we got in the store, and I found this little Indian arrowhead plastic case, just real little cheap thing, but it had a little fringe on the bottom. It was white, it had some colors on it, and it had some pencils in it, and that's what I bought. And Edward bought some kind of little monkey that played a drum or something. It was a toy. And we come back to the hitch lot, and I'm actually going to tell two stories in one. We come back to the hitch lot, and Daddy, we showed him what we got. And Edward, Daddy said, Edward Earl, he said, Linda Faye bought an educational so she could learn. And he said, I might have known you'd have bought a toy, something to tear up and you could play with. And Edward, we laugh about that every time. And I'm turning these cookies now because they cooked 8 minutes. They look really good, don't
they do look
so I'm
good.
going to set the timer for 2 more minutes. And so the same time that we were in Joplin, we'd been there for almost 2 weeks, and we had not sold these melons, and that was not like Daddy. I mean, Daddy was a salesman. He could sell anything, just like my sister and my brothers. They could sell anything. And so we was on top of the trailer with the melons, and I looked at Daddy and I said, Daddy, I know how we can sell these. Now, keep in mind, I was about 4 years old, and he said, how? And I said, just shine them up with hair oil.
You remember hair oil? People used to use on their hair.
Wear hair oil on their hair.
Yeah.
And Daddy did, you know.
Yeah.
And had a smell that was very noticeable. I mean, anybody that had ever been around a man, they knew what hair oil was back in the 50s. So Daddy cut the stems. Every time I see a watermelon in the store, I notice if the stems are dead or green. Because if they're green, you know they're fresh.
Yeah.
If they're dead, they've been picked several days. And as Daddy cut the stems, me and Edward and Mama shined them watermelons.
Yeah, that's the story. That's what I remember. Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, and he would cut the stems, we'd shine them, and he'd stack them. And when he got through, when we got through with that load of watermelons, Daddy sold that load in less than an hour.
He sold that whole truckload.
And
He sure did.
I said, Mr. Cecil, that's what people call him. Mr. Cecil, excuse me, do I smell hair oil? Me and Edward hightailed it. We ran under that trailer so fast. It was so funny. It was just one of those times that
I remember
how
that.
in the world that you would have come up with shining a watermelon and cutting the stems off of it. But we did, and it was a fun time. And as soon as we got them watermelons unloaded, we were headed back to Texas.
Yeah, that's the story I was thinking that you was going to tell about that watermelon and the hair oil.
So
Is that?
I'm going to heat this. You can tell it's sticking
Yeah,
up. I'm
okay.
going to heat it. Mary, would you check the cookies?
I sure will.
I'm going to heat this just a little more. You're going to be holding 2 hands. At least I do when I take them.
Do you think they're done? It looks like
Probably maybe another minute or so.
I thought maybe a
I
little
don't
bit
want
longer.
them too
I don't know.
brown, but I want them to cook. I want them to be a little bit crispy. The way you want a good cookie is it needs to be just lightly brown around the edges and still soft in the middle.
Yeah, because if you cook the cookie too long, even though it's soft when you bring it out, you think that it's not done.
It's
It
gonna harden
is.
up.
It hardens up. And if you cook it till it gets hard in the oven, it's really going to be like eating or crunching on a rock.
You're not going to be able to eat it. And they certainly are not going to last over the day that you make them. So you want to make sure that it's just a fine line when
Yeah.
you're baking cookies. You don't want it to be overcooked.
Yeah, and remember, we're going to, when is it, Linda? October.
Yes, starting in October.
Starting in October, we're gonna start, giving y'all a little bit of history of Mother and Daddy's story of their life.
Yes.
And my mother wrote a book, and we're gonna read some things that she wrote in there about it.
And this is a month actually from today.
Yeah. Our
starting
dad
in
died
October.
on November the 1st, so we're gonna, in the month of October, we're going to, tell you a little bit about our life leading up to November the 1st.
And we hope that everyone will join us for that. It's very sensitive subject to us. It's something that we have always guarded very closely because
Never
we love
talked
him
about
so
it.
much,
We never talked
and
about
we
it.
haven't. And we want to tell their story and talk about that. So we're hoping that everyone will continue to
Yeah.
follow us and share with your friends and family, and be sure to tune in to listen to these stories. So I think those cookies
Those
should
cookies should be
just
ready.
about done. So I think those are good.
Okay. They sure do look pretty.
Okay.
All right, now what's your next step?
So we're going to let them cool
Okay.
just a little bit in the pan. See, I got some of them a
Aren't
little
those
bit close
pretty?
together.
They
That's
are
just
pretty.
a sugar cookie with the graham cracker coated in an egg wash and the graham cracker crumbs on top. I'm going to move it in here.
Do you need me to put a pot holder? You got a pan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there for a second. Okay. So, what we're gonna do, just as
You don't
soon
put the
as-
marshmallow in there now?
in
Okay.
fact, you can go ahead and start putting them on there
Okay.
now.
All right, I'm gonna put 3 or 4 marshmallows on top of that hot cookie.
Mary, we could probably move those over there to the counter. Let me put some pot holders down. We can move them to the counter so they can see what you're doing. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking that they needed to see.
You got the pot holders down?
Yeah.
I'll bring it in there.
You got pot holders on the thing?
Yeah, there's pot holders in here.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's
All
right.
right. Now, Linda, I've never done this before, so is that about what you're talking about?
Just,
It's
it's
like a little
you're
campfire.
building a little campfire, yes.
Okay. I may just try one of these. Get them to set up there. Put about 4 or 5.
Yeah, just, you don't have to count them, just whatever you think that looks right. This is just a fun little thing to do with the kids.
The kids would enjoy doing
Do
something like
you want
this.
to put some pretzels on them at the top?
Whatever you want to do, Linda.
Like little sticks.
We can. We can.
Let me get my pastry mat up here.
That'd be cute. It's supposed to start raining here this evening, so I'm gonna be going home shortly
Yeah, we're trying
before
to
all this rain
wrap
starts.
up so we can not have to worry about Mary being on the road while it's raining.
Used to not bother me, but I guess the older I get, the more unsure of myself.
Well, you just have to take a little extra precaution.
Yeah.
And
Used to until they
Get
built that
older.
new road coming to see you. I couldn't come around the back way.
Oh, I know, because of that.
If
that
they hadn't
water
built, yeah.
flooding over that road.
Oh, I went through some deep water through there one time. Scared me to death. I was following a truck, but I should have known. I should have done that in my car.
Did you turn around or did you
No,
go
I
through?
just prayed and went right on through it.
I did that one time.
Oh,
when
but I
was-
would never do it
When I
again.
was driving a van, the state trooper
Oh.
was down there, and he stopped me, and he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to Jefferson." He said, "The water's over 6 inches deep, and you know they say you can
Yeah.
start floating away at 3 inches." He said, "I'm gonna tell you, you do it at your own risk." And I said, "Well, I appreciate you telling me, and I'm going through it."
Well, it says 10 miles.
It does.
The
It
way
says
I come
10
to see
miles.
her, the back way, is 54 miles. If I have to go through Jefferson, it's
Marshall.
60. Marshall, I mean, is 64 miles.
But
So
I probably wouldn't do that now. But we
I
don't
don't
have
think
to
I
worry
would.
about that because they got the new bridge in.
Oh,
and
it's so nice.
it's
Yeah.
so much better. But
Yeah. All
when
right.
you're younger, you take more chances.
Yes,
than
you
do
do.
when you get our age.
Absolutely.
And you see young people doing things that we wouldn't even think about doing today.
I know.
And we've been there too.
Hey, Linda and I, we have done some things. Oh my goodness, we've taken so many chances working 3 and 4 jobs at a time, Linda. We used to laugh at each other about how much work we had going on, how many companies we was working for.
We still have a lot of irons in the fire.
I don't think I could handle it. Lord
But-
knows I don't think I could handle it now. I just don't.
Okay, you'll see the chocolate. It's pretty loose, but it's going to be okay because we want it to go over the top of these. And
So what are you going to do, just drizzle
So
it?
I'm just going to drizzle it over the marshmallows, and then
You
we're
want me
gonna-
to do that, or
You
you
can.
going to do it? You probably do better than me.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's
Like
just
that?
just
Is that
drizzle
enough?
some on there.
I'm gonna let you drizzle that, and I'll break up the
Okay.
pretzels. Now just break them up. You don't want.
Yeah, they don't have to be in any certain order. No certain. I see this is milk chocolate, and this still looks dark to me.
Oh, I tasted it. I licked my fingers. It's
Did you
good.
like it?
Yeah, it's good.
And you're not that crazy about chocolate. Do you want me
No.
to leave some without
No,
chocolate?
no, I want you to fix it just like you are for everybody. I can eat a little bit of chocolate, and I'm just not. It's not that it's not good. I just not my favorite.
And when you're doing
Sweet.
these, you want to get those pretzels on there pretty quick because this chocolate sets real
Okay.
fast. So, and again, I can't imagine nobody not making up their own cookie dough. But if you absolutely don't want to, and you want to use bulk cookie dough, well, more power to you.
Is this too big, little stick?
No, it's just, they don't have to be any certain size. Just break them up. And this is kind of like a sweet and
Called
salty.
campfire cookie. Is that what you
They're
call it?
s'mores. They're s'mores cookies.
Okay.
Look, this my little marshmallows wanting to get away from me, so put that one right back there.
Well, I might have cut them broke them up too little. Yours are smaller than mine. I didn't know what I was doing.
Now, see, I've got lots of chocolate left here, but I want you to see this bowl here. I hate bowls that stain, and that's one thing I like about these bowls. I know everybody gets tired of me talking about them, but once I get this chocolate out of here, this bowl is just going to wash up. It's going to look like brand new.
I know it. I like that too.
And if you want to pour it, it's got a little spout. You can pour it also. So,
Get some more little
this is,
campfire wood in here.
and we're gonna we'll try it. You want to buy some milk, Mary?
Oh goodness. Just a half a glass maybe.
Okay.
You gonna drink some milk?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat a cookie. I'm gonna drink some milk.
All right. I guess the best thing to do to have this done before you do that, you put the chocolate on here, because when you try to do it all at once, it takes a little bit longer. And trying to get it on there before the chocolate.
Have it done ahead of
Yeah,
time.
I should have had Linda. You should have told me about this. I think you did mention it, and I could have had this done. But you know what? You have to knock me upside the head, I guess,
Oh,
and
no, it's no.
tell me what you want me to do.
Absolutely all right. And the kids could break these up while you're heating the chocolate.
Yeah.
know?
Is that okay?
Yeah, those look real good. So,
Okay.
we'll get us one and taste it
They pretty.
and let you know they're real cute,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah,
like
they are.
little,
If you notice, every once in a while Linda slept and
say
her
coot.
and say coot. That she's always said that.
okay, let's get one out.
Linda always has these fancy glasses, insulated. Oh, feels good to sit down.
I know.
I've been up since 4, I think, this morning.
I told Mike the other day I was going to get me a sippy cup because I filled stuff over and knocked stuff over so much.
You know what? I was putting a glass up the other day, and 2 or 3 fell down. I've got so many glasses in my account. I got sippy cups and little cups for all the kids. I got 8 great grandkids, and I got a cup for every one of them. I got the name on it because, and that just makes them feel special because every time they come, I want the one with my name on it. And whenever those glasses fell down the other day, I said, you know what? It's time for me to get rid of these glasses. I said,
There's only one little one, Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley's the only one.
Even at a zippy cup.
Yeah, I know.
Stage,
I know.
But the kids like them. So
I know.
Maybe Colton. Maybe Colton.
I probably won't get rid of them, but I just got too much. I still got things for granted. I still got the little baby spoons and forks and knives for them.
Remember that Christmas we did the when we lived on 322 and we
Now you can
had it in the garage and we set up. We had children's silverware
Yes,
and the plates, and we set up
yes.
all the little kids. This is
Yeah.
when Aaron and Bonnie and all of them
Yeah,
were kids.
it was. That's when we had Christmas at your house
Yeah.
that year.
Freezing cold,
Yeah.
raining.
But it was a nice setup.
It was fun though.
We had-
It was.
yeah, we had a nice
Okay, s'mores cookies. We hope that everyone will get in the kitchen
It's good.
and try these. And can you taste the graham crackers?
Mm-hmm. Actually good. They're good. Really good. You make a delicious cookie.
Thank you.
It's
You
a
could
sugar
put
cookie.
caramel on these. You could put nuts on them. We have kids with nut allergies, but you could put nuts. You can dress them up any way you want to. You can take a plain sugar cookie and make it be whatever you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do cutouts and everything, I just did a simple round cut on these, but just a fun thing to do with the kids.
It's really good. And didn't you say you could just buy if you didn't want to mix
If
up
you didn't want to
the
mix, just buy some of the ready. I guess it's Pillsbury.
I
or
guess.
Walmart
I don't
brand
ever
cookie
buy it.
dough. I don't know that I've ever bought it. Or
But you
not,
can.
But if you wanted to,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a slap in the face to me. But if you wanted to buy it, you could. I mean, it's so easy to mix up cookie dough.
Yeah.
I mean, you got sugar, eggs, and flour and salt, basically.
I think there's a sugar recipe in your
our
in the
yes,
cookbook. That's
it
what I
is.
thought.
So you'll notice that they're just a little bit brown on the bottom, and they're still pretty soft in the
Yes,
middle, aren't
yes,
they?
they are. They're delicious.
And keep in mind, when you're baking these, don't overbake them because they're going to get firmer as they set.
Right.
So we'll post a recipe on this also, how we did it using any basic sugar cookie recipe. And we hope that you will continue to follow us and share us with your friends. Ask them to follow us and get in the
Have a
kitchen and
blessed
cook.
day. Have a blessed day. And tell somebody you love them.
Bye. We love y'all.
Love you. Bye-bye.